Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Allform. Allform is the sister company to Helix Sleep. If you've been with me, you've heard all about Helix Sleep and their mattresses. Allform is the maker of sofa and chairs that are American-made, easy to assemble, and modular so that you can make a sofa that fits your space. We've gone through many iterations of couches as our family has grown. Our first one, like Goldilocks says, was too small. Our next one was way too big, and the one that we have now is just right. And we love it. Besides the kitchen, that's where you'll find us. Whether we're reading together, snuggling together, watching videos together, the couch is really the hub of our house. And besides the comfort, what I really like about Allform sofas is that they're modular. They arrive packed in cardboard boxes, and if you can't get to assembling the couch right away, like me, you can pile the boxes in a corner. And the modular assembly does not require any special tools at all, and you can put a couch together in as little as 15 minutes. So it's really simple to order online, and between ottoman options, chaise options, numbers of seats and corners, there are over 500 unique combinations so that you can find the sofa that works for you. And because Allform ships directly to customers, they're able to offer premium materials at a reasonable price. So I know some of you may be hesitant to order a sofa online, but Allform offers a 100-day trial. If you're not happy with your sofa, they will pick it up and give you a full refund. So my brother and his family also recently got an Allform sofa, and they're really enjoying the comfort of it, but most importantly, they love the easy cleanup. They have 2 young children and a cat, and this sofa is a breeze to clean. All Allform sofas come with a stain-resistant, scratch-resistant fabric that comes in a myriad of colors. And I really like the fact that you can find a couch that fits your situation and your unique space. So we love our sofa. If you'd like to get one for yourself, click the link down below or head over to allform.com/emmymade to see how you can get 20% off the sofa of your choice. Big thanks to Allform for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. So today I'm going to be tasting a new flavor of Spam, a Spam flavor that I've never tasted before. If you've missed my previous Spam tasting videos, I'll put links down below to them. I tried several in one video. I've also cooked several things with Spam, including fried rice and Spam Musubi, which I'm going to be also revisiting today. But check out those videos if you want more about Spam. Now Spam, what is Spam? From my understanding, Spam got its name from a portmanteau of spiced ham. We get Spam. From my understanding, it was created during the war as a shelf-stable means of delivering meat to soldiers. It didn't require any refrigeration. It was packaged, it was self-contained. It was also very salty. As a preservative, the salt was added, but most importantly, it was full of protein. Now, I find it very interesting how Spam has made its way around the world due to war in places like Japan, like Hawaii, like Guam. All different kinds of places around the world have been introduced to Spam and have incorporated it into the cuisine, culture, and diet. And today we're going to be tasting this version. This is a 2-pack of Spam. I ordered it online and it's called Figgy Pudding, flavor, spice, and everything nice. Figgy Pudding is a dessert that comes from the UK. It's kind of similar to a scone or a quick bread, but it is usually boiled or steamed and studded with raisins. Sometimes it has some spice in it, often served during holidays or special occasions. I made a Newfoundland version called Figgy Duff in an old video. I'll include that video down below. I've also made a drowned baby, which I think has like probably the worst name of anything I've ever made. A drowned baby. I did not harm any children. It was a dessert, but it looks like a drowned baby. Okay, I digress, but definitely check out that video. But today we're going to be tasting Figgy Pudding flavored Spam. Now, the Spams that I've tried in the past have all been savory. I've tried jalapeno, I've tried low sodium, I've tried garlic, I've tried bacon, lots of versions of Spam, but never a sweet one. I'm assuming this is going to be sweet, but I really don't know. So let's go ahead and find out. So here it is, Figgy Pudding Spam 2-pack. Let's open it up and see what the individual can looks like. And here it is, 2 cans of Spam. That's the can that is so iconic, and here it is. So if you've ever tried Spam before, you know that it is very, very salty. It can be used quite sparingly, which is really great because it can be very economical as well. My intention is to try to make Figgy Pudding flavored musubi. If you've never had a musubi before, they're very, very popular in Hawaii. And basically you've got a ball of rice that's been shaped in a kind of oblong, the shape of a slice of Spam, a piece of Spam that has been sliced and pan fried and often glazed with a kind of sweet soy saucy sauce, and then wrapped with a nice wide belt of nori or seaweed. Absolutely delicious, fantastic, a really great lunchy snack, and we're gonna try making a figgy pudding version. Okay, so I've opened enough cans of Spam to know that there is a bit of a trick. So we're gonna open this. Oh, and by first impression, it looks a lot like normal Spam. Perhaps not as pink, a little bit more brown in color. And it smells like Spam too. Meaty, porky, cooked. It smells like canned potted meat. Yeah, but it's got more of a spice smell to it. But very much like bologna. Not at all unpleasant. All right, looking promising so far. Now here's the trick I found trying to get the Spam out. Now there's a vacuum that's created here, so you're trying to get some air in the can of Spam. So what I've done is you just squeeze it. Squeeze and then shake. Oh, there it is, a brick of meat. It definitely has more of a browner cast to it than the typical regular Spam. It's not as pink, kind of less fleshy. Know what I mean? All right, let's get into this. Right, so I'm going to cut these in relatively thin slices. This is about 1/4 of an inch. Some people like it thicker on their musubi, but if I was using the low sodium one, I would consider that, but Spam for me is very salty, so I'm going to err on the side of doing it thinner. Since Spam is already cooked, let's just go ahead and give it a taste as a lunch meat. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Wow. I like the fact that it's not overly salty. And it has a big punch of spice in it. Not necessarily, maybe is it cinnamony? It's kind of nutmeggy, clovey. Not bad. This to me tastes more like spiced ham than the regular Spam. Wow. I wasn't really sure what to expect because it has the picture of the figgy pudding on there. Like, is it gonna come out like that? Is it gonna be really, really sweet? Is it gonna be cake-like? No. I think I might like this better than regular Spam. That might be sacrilegious to say to many Spam lovers out there. But I think what I really appreciate is that it's not as salty. Even not as salty as the low sodium version of Spam, which I really appreciate. Spam, that's my biggest hang up with Spam. It's just too salty. But this isn't. Interesting. Alrighty, let's pan fry some. So in a little pan, I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil to help get this going. Okay, now that my pan is hot, I'm going to place in my Spam slices. Place my Spam slices into the pan. And just gonna let that cook up until they are nicely toasted. I like to use chopsticks. It helps me flip things over. You don't want the heat too high. I want this to kind of slowly caramelize. So while that's cooking away, let's talk about this little gadget. So I picked this up when I went to Hawaii a few years ago and never used it. And this is a musubi maker. And this helps you shape the rice. You do not need one of these to make musubi. In fact, you can use the Spam can. If you cut this bottom part off and be careful not to cut yourself on the sharp edges, you can use this as a mold as well. But let's use this since I have it. And we're gonna take it out. First, we're gonna flip our Spam though so that it doesn't get overcooked. Ooh, this is browning up nicely. Okay, another thing I noticed, this browns up faster than regular Spam. Look at that, looking great. I think it's because it has some sugar in it, so it's caramelizing faster. All right. I'm gonna set that aside. That's almost done. So here's the musubi maker. Spam musubi is very popular in Hawaii, but it was brought to Hawaii from Japan. So understandably, this product was made in Japan as well. Yay! I'm gonna get my Spam onto a plate. Let me kick this out before it gets overcooked. Look at that, beautiful, sizzling. I've got some cooked Japanese rice. I'm using Japanese rice because it's short-grained and a little bit sticky, which will help the musubi stay together. So look for either Japanese rice or sushi rice. And unlike sushi rice, this is not seasoned. This does not have any vinegar, any salt, anything. It's just plain, sticky, yummy rice. Now I've got a rice paddle that I've dampened with water, and that'll help keep the rice from sticking, and place it into my mold. This rice was cooked earlier, so it is just warm, and I'm putting in maybe about 1/3 of a cup, maybe a little less. Then we have this little plunger that comes with it. It's very conveniently ridged so that the rice will be less likely to stick to it. Smart. And then we're going to use this to press on the rice. Oh my gosh, this works so perfectly. Oh, I love it. Like that. And then we can just transfer it onto our plate, and then we can just pull this part off. Oh my gosh, perfect. Look, perfect little patty of rice, so even. Love it. Now I'm going to take a slice of my Spam, and this should fit perfectly. Oh my gosh, look. The dimensions of this, it's beautiful. Oh, perfect fit. Love that. Now, depending on how much Spam you like, you can cut your Spam thicker or thinner, or how much rice you like. Next, we're going to take some nori or seaweed, and I'm going to cut about 2 inches. Take this and wrap our little belt around. I'm going to trim it so you don't have excess. And there it is. It's so stinking cute. So cute. Typically the Spam is glazed with a shoyu or soy sauce, brown sugary kind of sweet glaze, or like a tare. But I'm not going to do that for this version because I really want to taste the figgy duff part of the Spam. Alrighty, there it is. There is our figgy pudding Spam musubi. Alrighty, let's give our figgy pudding Spam musubi a taste. Itadakimasu. There's a cross section of it. And I am surprised to say that this is actually pretty good. The frying of the figgy pudding flavored Spam definitely intensifies the flavor. I feel like you can taste the spice a lot more now that it's heated up and fried up a bit. So it definitely has a stronger spiced flavor to it, and it is sweeter. And because it is sweeter and not as salty as the regular Spam, you can definitely make the slice thicker. I'm used to making these with the regular Spam, so that's why I cut mine so thinly. Definitely can go thicker with this flavor. Nori seaweed and rice is such a classic and wonderful combination. And then adding the Spam in there definitely adds some salty protein to it. Having said that, I think I prefer the regular Spam to the figgy pudding. The figgy pudding has a very strong spice flavor to it, which is not at all unpleasant, but especially after pan frying it, it really heightens and concentrates that flavor so that it's definitely noticeable. I do like the fact that it's not as salty as regular Spam, but the kind of spicy flavors, it's kind of a nutmeggy, clovey, less cinnamon flavor, but definitely tastes kind of holiday-ish. I'm gonna just have the Spam by itself now that it's been fried. But still classic porky kind of bologna flavors as well, which actually goes really well with rice and seaweed. It really does. Alrighty, so there you have it. The limited edition figgy pudding flavor of Spam is not as peculiar as one might think. The spice flavor actually works pretty well. It's kind of like cloves and ham, very, very similar. And it's not as salty as the traditional Spam, which I really, really appreciate. And making a Spam musubi with it is actually a good idea. It is good. If you've never made musubi before, particularly Spam musubi, I think you should try it because it's delicious. Alright, my lovelies, thanks as always for joining me, and big thanks to Allform for sponsoring this video. If you need a new couch, click the link down below or head over to allform.com/emmymade to receive 20% off the couch of your choice. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!